Okay, in this video we're going to be doing some one-point perspective sketching. Now this first lesson is just getting used to doing one-point perspective sketching. Normally we'd try and sketch without using a ruler, but this first part is just about getting the technique down and following it step by step as best you can. Now one-point perspective drawing is a very realistic type of drawing, where it takes into consideration things getting smaller as it goes into the distance. All you'll need for this video is a sheet of paper, a pencil and a straight edge. I'm using a ruler. You could use the edge of a book, or if you don't have anything like that, you could just do the video without a straight edge. The first thing you want to do is you want to draw a horizontal line across your page with a dot in the middle. Now this is called our horizon line and our vanishing point. Everything that we draw is going to go towards that vanishing point, or is going to be in line with the horizon line. If you look at my page, all my lines are perpendicular. If I was to extend these out into infinity, they would never touch. I'm just drawing a square here, and these vertical lines have to be at 90 degrees with your other horizontal lines. And once you've got a square that you're happy with, you can take all the edges into that vanishing point. You'll notice I miss the bottom left one, and that's just because it would go right through my square, so we'll just pretend that we can't see that just now. Now you should have a shape like this, and then the next step is you want to set how far along this object is going to go along into the distance. And you do that by just doing a horizontal line to the right and then a vertical line to up above. Once you've done that and you're happy with it, you want to line it in and do it darker. I didn't say at the start of that, but you want to try and do these drawings as light as you can in case you make any mistakes, and then you can go over it afterwards using a pencil. Now it's quite hard to do light lines with a ruler. Sometimes you naturally draw really dark. You want to draw nice and light with your ruler best you can and try and get better each one you do. Now for this lesson, you're not just going to be doing the one. You want to draw a few, and you want to show a clear progression as you do the other ones. Now you can draw these anywhere. This next one that I'm going to draw is going to go above the horizon line a bit. You can pretend this is like a really tall building where you can't see above it, so you just see the top of it going away into the distance downwards. Now you can draw these anywhere on the page. I'm just drawing it to the right, and at the bottom you could draw it above the horizon line and just follow the same steps. Draw a nice square that is perpendicular or is parallel with your horizon line, and then perpendicular with each other to make it 90 degrees. When you're drawing in the distance for how far along this object is going to go, you don't have to do the top if it's went across the horizon line, because you can't see that. So on this one, I'm just doing a line to the left hand side, and then I'm just lining it in. So your first ones might not be very good. You want to keep practicing them and maybe do 10 on a page. And once you've done that, you could then start to turn these into an object. So you could draw a house, or one-point perspective drawings are often used for drawing buildings in a street or inside in a kitchen. You could pretend these are cabinets. So what I'm doing just now is showing you how to see if you've got any mistakes. So you might be looking at yours thinking yours looks a bit weird and you can't really tell what it is that's putting it off. So what you can do is you can extend your lines that are meant to be parallel and perpendicular with each other. So this is an example where I've purposely made a mistake. So my lines at the top and my line at the right hand side isn't perfectly perpendicular with each other. So if you just extend your lines and they end up touching, or they look like they'll be touching eventually if you extended your page out, that means that they're not perpendicular or not parallel with each other. So in my one that I've done on the right here, I've extended my lines and these look fine. It doesn't look like they'll ever touch. So I went quite quickly through that, but if you go back, watch the video, do the steps step by step, take your time, maybe do about 5 of them, and just keep practicing, and you should see a clear progression going through them all. If you think it looks a bit weird, then you can try that little fix to see if you can see where you've went wrong, if you've not done a perfectly straight line that is parallel with the rest of them. In the next video, we'll be working on a similar skill, so make sure you spend the time just now practicing this, and then in your next lesson the following week, you should then be able to build on them skills. Okay, if you have any questions, please make sure you ask. I'll also include some links to some other videos that could maybe help you if you want to extend this and turn your cubes into objects like a house or a room. So have a practice, keep trying, and I'll see you in the next one.